Fighting Talk back again. We're here at Cage Warriors 160, and I'm delighted to be joined by Reece McEwan, who will feature on that Newcastle card we joked about the last time we spoke. You are going to be on it. Not got an opponent yet, we don't think. But how much are you looking forward to getting back in the tune, in righting those wrongs that we spoke about?
Yeah, exactly. It's funny we were talking about that. Picked up my first professional loss in the area, so it's just right 2 years later I get to right the wrongs.
Look, you're down here. There's no other way to say it. There was one fight in particular I imagine you were coming down to watch. That was, of course, Nathan Fletcher. I know the two of you had a bit of back and forth after his last fight as well. It was, where's McEwan, where's Lockman? Obviously, Lockman's went on now. That belt's vacant at 135. Then, obviously, we don't know at the minute what is wrong with Nathan. We're wishing him a speedy recovery. But is that the fight you were hoping for Newcastle?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I wish no ill will towards anyone, and hopefully Nathan has a speedy recovery and his health is okay. And yeah, I was coming down here. I had my eyes set in the co-main event. I had my eyesight on fighting the winner for the belt in Newcastle. So if Nathan's healthy for Newcastle for November, me and him for the title, and if he's not, I want to fight the guy that he was meant to fight there.
For the title again?
For the title, yeah, of course, yeah. In my eyes, this fight, the co-main event between the two guys that were fighting, was a number one contender fight to fight me. I was going to fight the winner. There's no doubt about it that Nathan would have been a favourite going into the fight, but anyone can win a fight and anything can happen. So I was preparing to fight the winner. Now that the fight's not made, like I said, if Nathan's healthy, let's make that fight, and if he's not, let's fight the other guy.
I don't know obviously what you can and can't say, but certainly from the outside looking in, it looked like the Nathan Fletcher Reece McEwan fight was going to be the one for Newcastle, and I think if it's used to, it can't not be for a belt. Was there any sort of conversation between you two about timeline or time frame of things?
Yeah, so after Nathan's fight in April, which unfortunately I had to pull out a couple of days before, he messaged me privately saying, obviously your name's in my mouth, will we fight? I said, oh, yeah, get Cage Warriors to make the fight then. And then I fought in Cardiff against, obviously not Nathan Fletcher. Fight never got offered. And then I was sitting waiting, thinking about what was going to happen next, and I knew I was going to be on Newcastle, and I thought, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And I messaged Nathan and I said, right, me and you, it's the fight to make. Right now, I don't think the champ, which was Caelan Loughlin, I don't think he's going to defend. I think he's going to sit out for the UFC. So why don't we push for an interim belt? Like I said, it's a fight everybody's talking about. It's a fight I want, it's a fight you want. Let's do it. And if the belt becomes vacant, we'll fight for the vacant belt. And he's like, yeah, like it. If it's for the belt, if it's for a belt, I'll wait. I'll wait till November, but if not, I'll watch the active. I said, I get that. Cool. Belt becomes vacant. I slide into his DM straight away. Right, us two, it's the fight to make. And he said, why wait till November? Let's do it in September. At this point, September's like 6 weeks away. He knows I'm booked in Newcastle. Why would you fight someone else? That's why I'm saying I want either one of those guys, because if that guy was good enough to take a fight to risk a title fight, then he must have been a high caliber of opponent. So there has been communication. If it was me, when I heard about the news about Nathan, I was angry. Obviously, like I said, I hope he's okay, I hope he's healthy, but I was angry because I could be sitting here talking to you about McEwan, the McEwan-Fletcher fight for the belt. This could be signed, could be sealed, but now it's up in the air, so.
Look, you're a very relaxed guy, and you've said yourself you were angry there when you first heard the news. How has this been for you? Because I guess this is the first time really in your career where you've maybe had this, what would be a pinnacle point, fighting for the belt. Yeah. And possibly, obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but possibly taken away from you with something that was out of your hands. I guess, is that much frustration from you for waiting out for so long that now that you might have missed out on that opportunity?
No, because I'll be fighting for the title on the 25th of November in Newcastle. I don't care who it's against. Like I said, there's been a lot of chat about Nathan, and that's why I said, right, let's make this fight happen. In my eyes, I want to win a world title against the best person possible. If you look at Nathan on paper, yes, he's only had 2 wins in the last 2 years, but overall he's had 9 Cage Warriors fights, 8 wins, 7 finishes, double the amount of fights that I've had in the promotion. He fought for a world title in 2021 before I was even deemed good enough to be in the promotion. I was still fighting the local shows, and he fought for a world title at that point. That's why I said, right, we'll make that fight happen. But he said no. He took another fight in September. Unfortunately, he's got an injury. I can't emphasise that enough. Hope he's feeling better. I hope he's good. Everything's fine there. But competitive-wise, I'll be fighting November 25th for the title, and I don't care who against. I really don't.
How's ticket sales going? We're always talking about your fans coming down. You were injured the last time, and still I think 50 people have come down. Oh, yeah. How's the sales going so far for Newcastle? It's nice and local for you now as well.
Nice and local. Look, I don't even have an opponent booked yet, right? There's no talk officially about titles or anything like that. It's just speculation. And we're into 3 figures in the ticket sales. and that's only people that use my link. So ticket sales are going very, very well. When I'm looking at the venue, the size of the venue, it seems as if it's the biggest show that Cage Warriors can put on UK locally wise. What holds up a couple of thousand, 2,000-3,000 plus?
Yeah, your next one would be the Metro Radio Arena, but that's 14,000, which is a big ask for any promotion.
Yeah, so it's the first time Cage Warriors have went to Newcastle in 10 years. Last time was Alex England at 40. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, November 25th, it's going to be a special night.
And look, we've seen how active Cage Warriors have been with these shows. They've got shows now every other week until the end of the year. Yeah. If they continue in that next year, and look, I know you said you'll definitely be fighting for the title. I know it's sort of out of your control a little bit.
Yeah.
How quick, let's say, get through this unscathed on the 25th of November, how quickly would you want to turn around for that title shot?
Fight, we win the belt, the 25th of November. We win the belt. Right now, I'm talking to you as if I won the belt, celebrating. That's where my head's at. And then after, we see what happens next. We defend the belt. I want to keep the belt, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, I'll always put the plan in my manager's hands, in Cage Warriors' hands. They've looked after me so far. I trust the process, and like I said, title fight, November 25th, Newcastle. If I keep saying it, I keep saying it to my head, over my head. If I keep saying it in interviews, then I can't be denied, and I won't be denied.
I know we spoke on it in the past, but I just want to touch on that briefly again about the management team that you've got there around you. A lot of young pros don't decide not to get management involved early in the career and wait until later on. Yeah. Why did you decide to get a management company involved so early?
Look, every decision that I've made since I started the sport, even when I started and I wanted to train MMA, I seen it in the UFC, I said I want to be able to chat with you, I want to be in the UFC. I said from the very beginning, if I'm doing this, I have to do everything right. This is why when I'm coming close to this world title or shots to be in the UFC, every decision I've made in the last 9 years has led to this moment. Every bit of food that I've ate, every gym, every training session I've went to, even from the day one, I googled the best MMA gym in Scotland and it took me to the Grip House, travelled an hour and a half for years and years before I could drive, and that's the path that I led to. So when it came to turning professional, I looked at the people around me being managed very well, and I realised what I need to do to get to that next level, and it was signing with a management company. It wasn't just any management company. I'd done my research, I asked about, I got feedback, and that's why I picked Sucker Punch, and they're a great management company to oversee my career.
Finally then, because I know we've got a few more interviews there to do, you've just touched on Grip House there.
Yeah.
What's the vibe like? It's a very busy gym at the minute. I know you've got a couple of guys on our show down at Rise and Conquer, and you've got the guys fighting throughout sort of this last half of the year. What's the vibe like in Grip House right now?
The vibe's amazing, and being in the Grip House is obviously an incredible place for me because, again, when I said about joining MMA, when I googled the best MMA gym in Scotland, I seen Paul McVeigh's name. Paul McVeigh at the time was the guy that was probably going to be the next person from the gym in the country to go fight for the UFC. He had Cage Warriors World titles before Conor McGregor. And now that's me. I'm in that position 9 years later. So I wanted to train with that guy, and now that's me on the verge of a Cage Warriors World title that he's won before. I take that back to the gym. That's what I'm looking for. Like I said, the vibe is booming right now. MMA team, Muay Thai team, Jiu-Jitsu team, wrestling team, everything. It's a team unit, I'm very proud to be there.
Reece, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to see what's happening.
Thank you. Newcastle 25th of November title fight.
Thank you.